Good morning, children. Welcome to online chemistry class of class 10. Today we will study versatile nature of carbon. In the previous class we have seen that covalent bond is formed by the sharing of electrons in various elements to form the compounds. And in fact, I'd like to tell you that a bond is formed in order to either complete the nearest noble gas configuration, that is either to satisfy the octet rule or the law of duplet or doublet, that is to achieve the nearest noble gas configuration. And the second factor is always a bonded state is energetically more stable than any isolated species, because the bonded state has always less energy than any isolated species. Therefore, the bond formation is always associated to release of energy, or that is exothermic. And while the bond is being formed, we have seen earlier also in the metal and non-metal chapter. So, whenever a bond is formed, the participating atoms do rearrangement of their valence shell. So the valence electrons are rearranged or redistributed. And this redistribution or achievement of nearest noble gas could be done either by loss or gain of electron or by sharing of electron. Now the thing is, when do we need to share? When we have shortage of the resources or the limitation of the resources. Here also the atoms are electronegative, and being electronegative, the atoms do have both the participating atoms require the electron, do need the electron. For this they would share the electrons. By this, electrons are not being multiplied, but the electrons are becoming the common property of the combined atoms. So this is called the sharing. And now we will see the structure of a simple carbon compound, methane. So this is the electron dot model of methane. Carbon is having 4 valence electrons and hydrogen with each one valence electron. Thereby hydrogen is achieving the configuration of helium to 2 electrons, and carbon through mutual sharing is now having 8 electrons, and these 2 electrons are becoming the common property of both carbon and hydrogen. This is the way how this bond is being formed. Now we will see that why do we study actually this carbon compounds in a separate basis. The most important factor is the number of carbon compounds whose formula are known to the chemist was recently estimated to be in millions. In fact, we have infinite number of carbon compounds. This outnumbers by a large margin the compounds formed by all other elements put together. That means if we in a weighing machine we will put the compounds of carbon and compounds of all other elements together, and this is the compound of carbon, then also we will find just the compounds of carbon is much more heavier than this. So it will be quite like this. This is the carbon compounds, and this will be all together all 118 elements compound. So that means carbon compounds are practically infinite in number. There are two reasons behind this infinite number of carbon compounds. One is the tetravalency of carbon, and second one is catenation of carbon. These are the two factors. The first one what we will discuss is the catenation. This carbon has a unique ability to form bonds with other atoms of carbon. That is, it can form the self-linkage of carbon-carbon self-linkage and giving rise to large molecule. This property is called catenation. The compounds may have long chains of carbon, may have branched chain of carbon, or even carbon arranged in rings. That means we could have this carbon-carbon infinite number of carbon chain. We could have carbon-carbon branching like this. We could have the carbon-carbon chains like this. So various types of molecules or various types of bonds could be formed. Further, carbon atoms may be linked through single bond, through double bond, or through triple bond. So each one could be formed, the straight chain as single bond, straight chain as double bond, or branched chain as single bond, double bond, triple bond, or even the rings as single bond, double bond. However, the ring with triple bond is not possible. So in case such different types of bondings are possible, so compounds of carbon which are linked by only single bond between carbon atoms are called saturated compounds. And the one which could be linked through double or triple bond, these are called unsaturated compounds. So even the saturated compounds are infinite in number, could have straight chain, could have branch chain, could have double branching. And in double bond or in triple bond, that is unsaturated, are also infinite in number. No other element exhibits this property of catenation. Now this is not true forever. Right now you could see that catenation is most prominent in carbon, but this catenation is possible also in some other elements like phosphorus, but not to that extent how carbon is actually forming. Silicon forms compound with hydrogen which have chains up to 7 or 8 atoms, but these compounds are very reactive. The carbon-carbon bond is very strong and hence is very stable. This gives a large number of compounds with many carbon atoms linked to each other, and thereby we could guess that because of this various types of self-linkage, whether it is single bond, double bond, triple bond, or straight chain, branched chain, ring formation, and every single type of combination could goes to infinite number of carbon-carbon linkage, that is carbon-carbon chain member, thereby it is practically infinite in number. The second one is very important, that tetravalency of carbon. Since carbon has a valency of 4, it is capable of bonding with 4 other atoms of carbon. So it could bond with 4 other atoms of carbon like this, or it could bond with 3 other carbon atom, one another atom, or any one. Could be with hydrogen, could be with any of the some other monovalent species. Compounds of carbon are formed with oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, sulfur, chlorine, and many other elements, giving rise to compounds with specific properties, and thereby the presence of sulfur, nitrogen, chlorine, all these are called the functional groups, which we will study later on. Again, the bonds of carbon formed with most other elements are very strong, making the compounds exceptionally stable. So, one reason for the formation of strong bonds of carbon is its small size. As the size is smaller, the bond length, which is the distance between two participating atoms, will be smaller, and hence the bond strength or the ability to keep the atoms together will be higher. This enables the nucleus to hold the shared pair of electrons strongly. What I said, that the length decreases means the bond strength increases. The bond formed by the elements with bigger atoms are much bigger. So bond length or the distance between the participating atoms in a covalent bond, if this increases, the strength of the bond would decrease and the compound will be more reactive. Since carbon is smaller in size, carbon forms a very stable bond, and the carbon compounds are also very stable or less reactive in nature. Thereby, this catenation property as well as tetravalency practically exercises or accounts for the versatile nature of carbon or the infinite number of existence of carbon compounds. That's all in today's work. Please do write the points, and the questions also I'll provide in the official WhatsApp group. Thank you.